All right, guys, I'm back, and I got 5 hot batter versus pitcher matchups I absolutely love for April 17th. But first, let's recap yesterday. Oh, what a day. I mean, when I do these hot batter versus pitcher matchups, the baseline that I'm looking for is to identify players that can at least record a hit. So on that baseline measure, we went 3 for 3 yesterday. Mookie Betts had an amazing day, man. 5 at-bats, 5 hits, 2 doubles, 7 total bases. Riley knocks in a double, and Acuna singles yesterday. The parlay cash between Betts and Riley, both to record a hit. The Acuna had over 1.5 total bases. Came up a little short. I thought he was the one that had the best chance to get multiple bases, but it turns out he was the only one that couldn't do it. But kind of like a break-even day, 1-1. But I have 5 plays I absolutely love for today. Let's get right to it. All right, the first matchup that I have identified as an extreme advantage based on Ballpark Pal, their analysis, is Mookie Betts versus Jake Irvin. They have this listed as an extreme advantage for Mookie Betts, and this is a 1 percentile of the worst possible matchup Jake Irvin could be facing in the form of Mookie Betts. When you look at the history between these two, small sample size, but Mookie Betts, 3 at-bats, 2 hits. Mookie's barrel rate this year is 10%, which is in that good range. His ISO rate, which measures power, is in the excellent range. So when it comes to this, I mean, I absolutely think he has, an amazing chance to get a hit in today's game. He's recorded at least 1 hit in 17 of the last 20 games. Mr. Consistency. If you were looking at that ISO rate, that measures power. You might be like, is this a good opportunity to maybe play Mookie Betts over 1.5 total bases? Because like I know, that there's no way in heck that you're going to even be able to play Mookie at his odds to record a hit. It may not even be one you can even pair with any other reasonable player to have reasonable odds. I'm anticipating Mookie Betts probably being minus 400 at the very least. I could be wrong, but I won't be. So if you were looking at Mookie Betts potentially at the over 1.5 total bases to get some reasonably priced single bet. He's only done this in 10 of 20 games, so it's just a 50-50 proposition. So there you go. Let's move on to the second matchup. All right, guys, same game, same pitcher, this time Shohei Otani. Ballpark Pal has him listed as an extreme advantage over Jake Irvin. How much of an advantage? Well, they're saying that Shohei Otani represents a top 3 percentile of worst possible matchups Jake Irvin could be facing. When you look at Otani's barrel rate, it's in an elite level, 22.2%. And when you look at his ISO rate, which measures power, he's at 38.3%. Absolutely love this opportunity to record a hit, maybe even over 1.5 total bases. But we'll see. I'm recording this the night before. The odds aren't out yet. I will put what I'm playing in the pinned comments of this video. All right, guys, next matchup, Altuve versus Max Fried. Extreme advantage Altuve to the point that it's a top 2 percentile of worst possible matchups for Max Fried, according to Ballpark Pal. Altuve's on fire this year. He's recorded at least 1 hit in 16 of his last 19 games. They have a little bit of a history between the two of them. 6 at-bats, 2 hits. And when you look at Altuve's barrel rate, it's in the good range. But his ISO rate is only 6%. That's not in a very good range. So does that matter for us? I think he's a great opportunity to record a hit. It's just that with a ISO rate that low, we're not going to be playing over 1.5 bases because he just has no power versus left-handed hitting. And we're definitely not going to play him for a home run. Not to say he can't, but odds are he probably won't. Like I said, when he goes up against right-handed pitching, that's a different story. Home runs are on the table and over 1.5 bases. They're on the table too, but not today. All right, next matchup, I got Marcell Ozuna versus JP France. Marcell Ozuna, man, you got to love this guy. He's recorded at least 1 hit in 15 of his last 15 games. Ballpark Pal has this as an extreme advantage for Ozuna. His barrel rate is at 17.7%. That's in the excellent range. And his ISO rate, which is power, is in the excellent range at 44.7. Love Marcell Ozuna to have an offensive day. Let's just put it that way. I don't know how many use him yet, if it's just going to be a hit, if it's going to be over 1.5 bases. Who knows? Maybe I'll even put him in for a home run, but we'll see. We'll see tomorrow morning when I put it in the pinned comment what I'm doing. All right, in the final matchup, Austin Riley versus JP France. Riley's recorded at least one hit in 13 of his last 15 games. He's on fire. Ballpark Pal has this as a strong advantage for Riley. His barrel rate's at 10.6% and his ISO rate's at 23.3, both in the good range. There's no history between these two, but I think there's a high percentage chance that Austin Riley gets a hit, and that's all I'd play it for. All right, there you go. These 5 are my favorite options that I'm going to try to build parlays with or individual prop plays. I'll put in the pinned comments what I'm doing in the morning of April 17th. So there you go. Until next